You would be surprised if a former lover appeared in your dreams, right? Everyone has mixed feelings with a former lover who broke up. You may wonder if you really want to start over. However, in most cases, the memory with a former lover is too deep and I am troubled by that memory rather than the desire to start over. In your depth psychology, you may regret your relationship with a former lover, or you may have a desire to forget your relationship with a former lover. There are many patterns in the dreams that a former lover came up with. Self-analyzing with your own thoughts is important in thinking about the meaning of a former lover's dreams. If you dream of kissing a former lover, maybe you want to approach your ex-boyfriend again. However, please think carefully before the ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, and resurrection who broke up due to a problem. In most cases it is better for you to forget and start a new love. Change yourself when you dream of kissing a former lover. It is good to think that. A former lover often comes up in dreams when he has a boyfriend now, often when his relationship with his current boyfriend isn't working. You're not happy with your current relationship with your boyfriend, and you're reminded of your former lover. A trauma that didn't go well with a former lover is remembered in a dream. In order to overcome the problem well, it is important to deepen the relationship with your current boyfriend or to face your current feelings for a former lover. About a dream with a phone call from a former lover. If I get a call from a former lover in my dreams, maybe I want to be contacted by my ex-boyfriend? You might think, but that's not the case. The dream of receiving a call from a former lover is the desire to connect with others. When you dream of receiving a call from a former lover, it is important to think about your reaction. What in your dreams when you get a call from a former lover? If you can react emotionally like that, you can be psychologically separated from your ex-boyfriend. In this case, if you dream of a call from a former lover, but you don't think you want to start over with a former lover, you don't. On the other hand, if you're happy in the dream of receiving a call from a former lover, that's proof that you still like a former lover. About the dream of starting over with a former lovers. The dream of playing with a former lover in a dream is a predictive dream of doing the same thing as an old failure. It's better to forget what you've been up to and look for a love affair with a new partner. But even if you know it, you can't control your feelings. There must be a cause for breaking up with a former lover. Even if you start over, there is a high possibility that you will break up again due to the same reason, so it is better to stop it. However, the cause of the breakup is a problem between you and a former lover, so each has its own circumstances. Think about your relationship with a former lover. About a dream of fighting with a former lover. A dream of fighting with a former lover is a very good dream because it is a dream you have when you have the power to tackle problems. You can say that you are in a very good state of mind, having the courage to confront a person who has a bad relationship with a former lover. However, the dream of reconciling after fighting with a former lover shows that you have a desire to reconcile with a former lovers. It's hard to face the fact that you want to forget about a former lover, but you haven't forgotten. But when you dream of making up with a former lover, you admit that you have this feeling. Is needed. About the dream of sleeping with a former lover when you currently have a boyfriend. You'll be surprised if you have a boyfriend you're currently dating and dream of sleeping with a former lover. This dream is a dream that hides the desire that you had a better boyfriend than your current boyfriend. It's a dream you have when your relationship with your current boyfriend isn't working, so if you want to stay with your current boyfriend, you should communicate more with your current boyfriend. It's okay. If you find it difficult to keep up with your current boyfriend, it may be a good idea to sort out your thoughts. A former lover's dream represents an old relationship. A former lover's dream is a dream when your feelings are conscious of your inner self in the past. When I have a desire to organize my feelings, I show myself the past scenes in my dreams. By organizing your past feelings about a former lover in your dreams, you will be able to move forward mentally. If you've been overwhelmed in the past, you should think it's time to consciously break your mind. It's a good dream if you made friends with a former lover in your dreams after you broke up with a former lover due to some trouble. It's a dream when you can build good relationships. You are a dream when you are attractive enough to attract good encounters, even in terms of romance. However, this is a story when you have almost no regrets. If you have a dream of getting along with a former lover when you are very unskilled, it is a manifestation of your desire to get in touch with a former lover as a friend, or even more, to get along again. If you know that you should stay separated, you should look for a new encounter. The dream you have sex with ex-boyfriend shows your libido. Your dream of having sex with a former lover is actually a dream when you are dissatisfied with your current love affair. You may want to drown in a more passionate love. It's possible that he's feeling a little unsatisfied now. Those who have a boyfriend now have a desire to have an affair in secret. However, if you are unfamiliar with a former lover, it reflects your desire to reconnect with a former lover. You should think about the meaning of your dreams based on your feelings about the real former lover. A former lover's dreams are relatively easy to interpret, as your desires are often straightforward. There are often your hidden desires that make you want to look away, so even if you have some regrets or desires for a former lover, how can you switch your mind on that subject? Please think about it and reflect it in your actions in the real world. The dream that a former lover appears in your dream is basically related to your desire to love. It's also proof that you're ready to fall in love with your ex-girlfriend. It's a dream you have when you're attracted to it. If you have a former lover who you like, take action. But if you don't have a former lover that you want to be a lover right now, it's best to start by polishing yourself to get a former lover that you've come up with in your dreams. If you can really get along with your ex-girlfriend and become a lover in the real world, you will be happy. Just as you can feel happy by actually dating a man, even in the dream world. The dream of dating a man who was a former lover can be said to be a good dream. Perhaps if you dream of dating a particular man, you may have a good relationship with your ex-girlfriend, who you've dreamed of in the real world. If the ex-girlfriend in your dream is someone you already know, it's your chance to get intimate with that ex-girlfriend, or to develop a love between you and that person. A dream of having a good relationship with a former lover you like can become your reality. You can say that it is important to always improve yourself and to have aspirations so that you do not miss a chance.
Life is short. I hope you find your desires from your dreams and find out how you can do the life you want to do. This channel gives hints about thinking about your desire and dream interpretation. If you read your wishes from your dreams and fulfill your wishes in reality, you can have a happy life. Psychologist Freud, who published a book called Dream Analysis, said that dreams are something to fulfill a desire. Dreams tell you the desires you are not aware of. Once, the French philosopher Voltaire said, "There is no real satisfaction without a real desire." First, you cannot be happy without knowing your own needs. Dreams carry the message of your desire to be happy. This channel, Dream Means Desire, is a very rare original channel that describes the desires that dreams show. Please subscribe to the channel and check your dreams regularly. Dreams give you hints about your desires, help you understand yourself more, and help you be happy.